Trinity B1 ISE-1 4 Skills Test, SELT Secure English Language Tests, B1 English Test ISE-1 Skilled Worker, Health and Care Worker, Scale-Up Worker, Student Visas.
Now, what is your hometown? Your hometown is your home country, right?
Yeah,
Your home country is Pakistan. For
Pakistan.
example, we talk about hometown. Where do you come from in Lahore? Like which city?
Ahmedabad.
Okay, Ahmedabad. So Ahmedabad is your hometown. While you will be
Yeah.
answering all the questions, you will have all those pictures in your mind about Ahmedabad. Okay, that's your hometown. And we will talk about weather in my hometown. Weather
Yeah.
in my
Weather in my hometown is cloudy in winters and mostly sunny in the summer.
good. And food. Famous food in my hometown. Famous?
Famous food in my town is chapli kebab.
We might have to talk more about this. I'll conduct a test with you in a moment.
No.
Favorite place in my hometown.
Favorite place in my hometown is Sandiani.
Can we go with family and friends in my hometown?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Let me try to ask you some questions and we'll see. If you're good, we'll keep this topic. If something is wrong, we'll change the topic. Ready?
Okay. Yes.
This is Trinity College London, ISE-1. My name's Angelina. I am your interlocutor for your speaking and listening test. What's your full name?
My full name is Hasib Shahid.
What's your topic's title for today?
In the hometown.
What are your 4 topic points?
Famous food in my hometown, favorite place in my hometown, weather in my hometown, family and friends in my hometown.
Okay. What's the weather like in your hometown?
Sorry?
What is the weather like in your hometown? What's the weather like in your hometown?
In the winter it's cloudy and rainy, and in the summer is nice weather, sunny weather.
Okay, all right. And what kind of clothes people like to wear in hot weather in your country?
They wear warm clothes like jackets.
Hot weather, sir. Hot weather.
No, on the hot weather,
Hmm.
they wear cotton
Hmm. Hmm.
and
Hmm.
lawn maybe.
So my question is, what kind of clothes people like to wear? You can say basically people like to wear thin and loose clothes in hot weather, right? So they don't really sweat in them, right? So they try to wear soft fabric and thin fabric. Okay, all right. And what kind of food people like to eat in hot weather in your country?
In hot weather we I don't know.
Yes.
For eating or drinking and anything or
Yeah, the food people like to take in hot weather.
in as a drink he like to drink ruafza and homemade things
Hmm.
like I forget that.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay,
Mhm.
it's fine. It's fine. It's all right. So basically, people like to eat light food and lots of fruits and vegetables
Yeah,
in hot weather in my country. Okay.
yes.
Hmm. All right. This point is okay. You just need to learn a little bit about this. Examiner will ask you 3 to 4 questions about this point. Let's move to the next point. Famous food in your country. Could you please tell, apologies. Famous food in your hometown. Could you please tell me about the famous food in your home?
In my hometown, my is the favorite food is chapli kebab, and that's it. It's chapli kebab. It's a famous in Ahmedabad in winter mostly.
Okay, and how often do people eat the famous food in your hometown?
On maybe on the daily basis, like one, one day before.
All right, could you tell me about any famous restaurant in your hometown where this food is served?
There is in like place in the name is Nawashahar. It's Sabir Chapli Kebab Wala, and the other one is the famous one. These are famous one in Ahmedabad. Sabir Chapli Kebab and Shinwari restaurant as a
Hmm. All right, okay. All right. Could you please tell me about your favorite places in your hometown?
uh, favorite places in my hometown is Tanyani, Harnoi, and Natyagali
What do you like about these places?
because it's uh, very clean places and nice weather is there in summer, and it's full of mountains and trees.
Good, good. So
And
do tourists come to visit these famous places in your hometown?
yeah, in every summer the tourists visit there.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's very interesting. Could you tell me about any of your best friends from your hometown?
Best friend in my hometown is Ehsan. They do their own business in Ahmedabad.
Mm. Mm-hmm. More?
And the other one is now in Oman.
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry, Bahrain. Name is
Mm-hmm.
Zishan. And the other one is Ubaid. He's also in Bahrain nowadays.
Hmm.
That's it. We have all my
According
friends
to
and
you, what are the qualities of a good friend?
they a good friend quality. You know about the qualities of good friends or the
Hmm. Yeah, what are the qualities of your good friends?
they don't smoke, they don't do anything wrong in the sides,
Hmm.
they do prayer,
Hmm.
do their work,
Hmm. Hmm.
mm, do
Hmm.
their work and
Hmm.
not doing things they harm people. So
Hmm.
you guys are nice.
What activities do you enjoy doing with your family and friends in your hometown?
In my hometown, I'm going with my family outside for shopping and somewhere in Mansera for outing.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm, mm,
Okay, that's nice. Thank you. I think this is a good topic for you. We'll practice it like a couple times. You'll get a hang of it. You will get a distinction in your speaking. You're good. Do you know what is distinction?
No.
Distinction is a high pass in speaking. Okay, just a little bit of practice to have clearer ideas about everything. And that is all. You will definitely get a high pass in your speaking. Please take a photo of this because every time we'll talk, you would be using this cue card.
Mm.
Taken?
Yeah.
Okay, so this section is just 4 minutes long. After that, examiner chooses a topic of his or her own choice, and the examiner will have a conversation with you for how many minutes? 2 minutes. That's all.
Mm.
The examiner can choose any topic. The most popular topics are rules at your home, rules at work, clothes you like to wear, rules in your country, your daily routine, special day in your country, different ways you learn a foreign language, and probably the towns that you've visited. Something very casual, I mean, related to you. And these are very common topics that appear in the exam, I've told you.
Okay.
And that is all. Speaking is mostly over within 7 to 8 minutes. Any confusion?
No.
Now let's move to the listening. I just want to give you an opportunity to understand listening. Do you have a notebook with you?
Yeah.
Okay, I will play a recording twice, and then I will ask you 6 questions about the recording. I'm going to play a recording about Burlington Arcade. Burlington Arcade, right? You will listen to
Okay.
the recording twice and then answer 6 questions for me.
ISE-1. Task 1.
Basketball has become one of the most popular team sports in the world. It was invented in 1891 by James Naismith, a sports teacher from the USA. He wrote rules for the game because he wanted to teach his students how to play it. Because he had 18 students in his class, he divided them into 2 teams of 9 to play the game. In these first games, players threw the ball into fruit baskets. It took a long time to play because every time the ball went into the basket, someone had to climb up a ladder to take the ball out. From 1893, many colleges in the USA started playing basketball. After a few years, they reduced the number of players in each team to 5. The first basketball league began in 1898 in the USA. There were 6 teams in the league. Trenton Nationals were champions in the first season. Unfortunately, the league was not very popular, and it ended after a few years. Basketball soon became popular all over the world. The first international match took place in Russia in 1909. Basketball is now played in nearly every country in the world.
Now listen again.
Basketball has become one of the
I'm so sorry. This is not a recording about Burlington Arcade. This is a recording about basketball. Never mind. Please listen. I'll ask you some questions about basketball later on. Listen, please.
most popular team sports in the world.
Now listen again.
Basketball has become one of the most popular team sports in the world. It was invented in 1891 by James Naismith, a sports teacher from the USA. He wrote rules for the game because he wanted to teach his students how to play it. Because he had 18 students in his class, he divided them into 2 teams of 9 to play the game. In these first games, players threw the ball into fruit baskets. It took a long time to play because every time the ball went into the basket, someone had to climb up a ladder to take the ball out. From 1893, many colleges in the USA started playing basketball. After a few years, they reduced the number of players in each team to 5. The first basketball league began in 1898 in the USA. There were 6 teams in the league. Trenton Nationals were champions in the first season. Unfortunately, the league was not very popular, and it ended after a few years. Basketball soon became popular all over the world. The first international match took place in Russia in 1909. Basketball is now played in nearly every country in the world.
All right, now I'm going to ask you some follow-up questions. I'm going to ask you some follow-up questions about basketball.
Yeah.
All right, my first. What job did James Naismith do?
It's a James Naismith, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a James Naismith invent basketball
No.
in
Did not invent it, but
no,
sports teacher.
it's a sports teacher in a college.
How many players were on the first basketball teams?
18
In,
uh, 18 players, but he divided into 2 teams, 9 in one team and 9 in the other team.
how many players were on the first basketball teams? First.
First is 18.
9.
9.
Okay, what did the students throw the balls into?
In the fruit basket.
This one is correct. What happened in 1893?
1893 is first USA they do a league in 1893, a first league for basketball.
Colleges started playing. Okay. How many teams were in the first league?
It's 16 teams.
How many, sir?
16.
Incorrect. 6 teams.
16. It's a 60 or 16?
6. 6, 7, 6.
67.
Where was the first international basketball match?
USA? No, Russia. Sorry, Russia.
That is correct. Congratulations. You have not passed today, but I'm sure you will with a little bit of practice. Okay. So this is how the examiner has the entire plan or the questions in front of him or her, right? And they ask you a couple of questions like this, and you have to answer those questions.
Okay.
Okay. The passing marks are 3. You need to get 3 correct answers to pass.
Okay.
And I'm sure you can do that.
Sure.
Okay, this is called the part 1 of listening. Now I'm going to just do part 2 of listening. You are not allowed to take notes this time. I am going to play a recording about Shakespeare. You will listen to it and tell me in few words, what is this recording about? What in few words?
Few words.
Yep. Ready to listen?
Yeah.
ISE-1, Task 2.
William Shakespeare was a famous English writer. People all over the world have heard of Shakespeare, and he is one of the most famous writers that ever lived. Shakespeare lived in the 16th century, when Elizabeth I was the Queen of England. He was born in a small town in the middle of England, but moved to London when he was a young man. Not many people know this, but Shakespeare was a successful actor before he started writing plays and poems. In his lifetime, Shakespeare wrote 37 plays, and they are still as popular today as they were when he wrote them. His plays are still performed all over the world in many different languages. Perhaps the best-known play is Romeo and Juliet. As well as writing poems and plays, he also built a theatre in London called the Globe Theatre. William Shakespeare died on the 23rd of April. We think that this is also his birthday.
Could you please tell me in few words, what is this recording about?
We're recording about the Shakespeare, the famous poet of English, and he lived in
Okay, all right. Now I'm gonna play the recording again, and this time you're allowed to take notes. You will tell me 6 facts from the recording.
Shakespeare was a famous English writer. People all over the world have heard of Shakespeare, and he is one of the most famous writers that ever lived. Shakespeare lived in the 16th century, when Elizabeth I was the Queen of England. He was born in a small town in the middle of England, but moved to London when he was a young man. Not many people know this, but Shakespeare was a successful actor before he started writing plays and poems. In his lifetime, Shakespeare wrote 37 plays, and they are still as popular today as they were when he wrote them. His plays are still performed all over the world in many different languages. Perhaps the best-known play is Romeo and Juliet. As well as writing poems and plays, he also built a theatre in London called the Globe Theatre. William Shakespeare died on the 23rd of April. We think that this is also his birthday.
All right, could you please tell me 6 facts from the recording?
Shakespeare is a famous writer, and the Shakespeare famous writer, and they live in the middle of. Shakespeare is a good actor as well, and he's a good writer, and the famous plays Romeo and Juliet, and they made one stated the name of the globe. Are famous.
Okay, all right, not bad. Let me ask you some follow-up questions. When did Shakespeare live?
London.
No. So when? What time? Which years did he live?
When he young.
Oh, sir, he lived in 16th century.
16th century. Yeah.
How many plays did Shakespeare write?
Right. I don't know about that. Just the recording moved. I didn't notice that.
37.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. And could you tell me that who was queen when Shakespeare lived?
Queen Elizabeth
That is correct. That is correct. When did Shakespeare die?
23rd of April.
That is correct, sir. Congratulations, you have passed in this section. Good job. So do you understand any confusion about speaking and listening?
No, but just listening is difficult for me.
No difficult, sir. A little bit of practice. Just a little bit of practice. Okay. Anyways, do you understand? How to
Yeah.
take notes? Now let me tell you, because I think taking notes is a problem for you a little bit. So in here, famous English writer. Okay. Lived in 16th century. Queen of England. Moved to London. Not many people know this, but Shakespeare successful actor. In this lifetime, Shakespeare wrote 37 plays. Many different languages. Best known play, you told me about this one, Romeo and Juliet. As well as writing poems and plays, he built a theater in London called Globe Theatre. Shakespeare died on 23rd of April. Okay, just like 6 facts from the recording. And if you will miss any facts, then the examiner will ask you follow-up questions, just like I did right now. It's okay?
Okay.
Now, 18 minutes are covered, 2 modules are covered. Now, I just want to introduce you to I will just tell you about it so that you can have an idea what to do in the test. And I'm sure we can start from tomorrow or day after tomorrow, whenever you'll say. Reading looks something like this. Okay, this is called long text reading. Total time for reading, I would say, is 1 hour. Okay, spend 1 hour on reading, spend 1 hour for writing. Okay, for reading, you have total 30 questions, and you need to get 15 questions correct to pass. Okay, so we have these paragraphs in here. The question type 1, can you read?
Which one?
Could you read the question 1 to 5, please?
1 to 5. The
Yes,
reason
sir.
we dream. This one.
No, here, sir, the title.
The text on page 2 has 5 paragraphs. Choose the best title for each paragraph from AF below and write the letter AF on the lines below. There is one little you don't need. Title you don't need. Sorry.
Do you understand what to do with this? There are 6 headings, and you've got how many headings?
5 paragraphs. There's a text
Yeah,
on pages 5
yeah,
paragraphs. 1
yeah,
of 5.
yes.
Choose the best title for each paragraph from A to F below and write the letter AF on the lines below. There is one title you don't need. Okay.
And then comes this one. Can you read the title of this question, 6 to 10?
Choose the 5 statements from AH below that are true according to the information given in the text on page 2. Write the letters of the true statement on the lines below in any order. Okay. Choose the 5 statement A to H. That's are true according to the information given on page 2. Yeah.
Okay, so how many statements are there?
It's 5 there. Total 10. These one. These 2.
Yes. And now the last one.
5 more. Complete sentence 11 to 15 with an exact number, word or phrase, maximum 3 words from the text. Write the exact number, word, or phrase on the lines below.
Hmm.
I just wrote the number of paragraph, yeah?
Hmm. You
And
need to
the
write the missing word in here. Fill in the
missing word of
blanks with no more than 3 words.
3 words.
From this section, there are 8 statements and 3 of them are false. You just need to
Okay.
find 5 true
Find
statements.
5.
Then comes multi-text reading. Read this question, please, 16 to 20.
Read question 16 to 20 first, and then read text A, B, C, and below the question. As you read each text, decide which text each question refers to. Choose one letter A, B, C, D, or D and write it on the lines below. You can use any letter more than one,
Mm.
which explain the learning language can help you
So
learn.
this means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 statements, but they're
Yeah.
text A, text B, text C, and text D. Technically, they're just 4 paragraphs, but statements are 5. So that's how you can use one statement as an answer of 2, right? Like A could be an answer of question 16 and question 19 too, right? You can use any letter more than once. You understand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 statements and
Yeah.
4 paragraphs. This means we can use any paragraph more than once.
Oh,
Further, this. Yes, sir.
this. Choose the 5 statements from AH below. There are 2 according to information given in the text above. Write the letters or true statement on the lines below in any order.
Understand it? From this section,
Yeah.
also the same kind of thing you have to do. You have to pick the 4 correct statements.
4 correct.
Apologies, 5 correct statements. Okay, last one.
The notes below contain information from the text on page 4 and 5. Find an exact number, word, on phrase, maximum 3 words from text A, D to complete the missing information in gaps 26 to 30. Write the exact number, word for phrase on lines below.
Yes. So, understand it or not?
No, I don't. This one.
You have to fill in the blanks with no more than 3 words. Okay, you can write 1 word, 2 words, but no more than 3 words. Exact word you have to choose from the paragraph to fill in the blanks. That's all.
Okay.
Then comes the writing, sir. Writing looks something like this. You have to read. Okay, read the question.
Write an article for your school magazine, 100 to 130 words, about why more students should learn language. Use the information you read in text A, B, C, and D, page 4 and 5 to explain how language learning will help students in the future. Student how learning, which could help their performance at school, and advise students on useful methods for learning foreign language. Do not copy from the text. Use your own words as far as possible. You should plan your article before you start writing. Think about what you are going to write and make some notes to help you in the box. Okay.
Understanding something, you have to read
Yeah.
from the paragraph and then
Read from
convert
the
that. That's not
paragraph and
difficult.
write with own words.
Yeah, you don't have to worry. This is just easy. I'll teach you. You will learn that very quickly. Okay. Then comes the last part of the test, that is extended writing, task 4. Can you read it?
Write an essay 100 to 130 words for your teacher about a festival in a country you know. You should give examples of what happens at the festival and explain why this festival is important. You should plan your essay before you start writing. Think about what you are going to write and make some notes to help you in the book.
Okay, so
Can
do
you
you
explain me
understand?
this?
Yeah, this is a task, you have to write 100 to 130 words about festival in your country, and you have to explain these 2 points. I'll teach you how to do it. Okay, it's not
Okay.
difficult. You just need to learn the method of it, and you will definitely pass. Okay? Do you have spelling issues when you write?
No.
That's great then. Then this is not a difficult task for you. This is the overall test, and I don't think so it's hard. Okay?
No.
Thank you. See you. Goodbye later.
No.